What's up, disc golfers? Welcome back to the channel. Disc golf terms, disc golf terminology. If there's a sport, there has to be a lingo associated with it. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules, unfortunately. But for you newbies out there, you may learn a few new things here and there. For the veterans, you never know. I mean, up north, they call everything carbonated pop. Down here, we call it Coke. It doesn't matter if it's a Fanta, it's a Coke. So there's always something new for everybody to learn. So with that being said, enjoy. Kick things off with the right hand backhand, RHBH, Hyzer, and all Hyzer is the outer edge rim of the disc pointed downward. Now for the lefties out there, simply replace the R with the L, and you've got left hand backhand and left hand forehand. You'll sometimes hear the term anhyzer, which means the outer edge or rim of the disc is pointed up. This allows you to throw flex shots, which are basically gigantic S-curves, whether you want to do it backhand or right hand forehand. Overstable discs like the above Inca have a high fade number and tend not to flip over. On the flip side, you've got understable discs, which help you throw S shots or S curves because they do tend to flip over or turn. With a low fade number like the P5 above, you'll probably hit more trees like me. The term grip lock is when you hold on to that disc just a little too long and release it not on your line. As you can see, I do that a lot myself. Moving on to your grips here, you've got your power grip, which is basically for your big power drives or even some fairway drives or overstable discs. And your basic fan grip, which you'll use for almost all of your big forehand drives or your mid-range stuff or fairway drives as well. The fan grip is not to keep you cool, but it's actually for your putts and some more of the light-hearted drives and stuff like that. Then there's the thumber grip for some of your rollers and some more of the unique shots out there that are fun to do. And just for some S&Gs, here's the anhyzer and hyzer look when you're trying to throw around obstacles. That's when these things really come in handy. They're short, but they work. And when you hear the term layup, this is generally what they mean. You don't want to throw it too far or too short, just put it right there below the basket. And a lot of your short approach shots essentially amount to the same. Then there is the tomahawk, which is essentially an overhand throw, and if you happen to kiss some of those leaves up there, you're touching cabbage. And the fairway shot is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. This is my second shot, first of which landed on the amateur tee. When you hear the words holing out, this is basically what they mean. You're finishing up, putting, this is your last shot, you're done and moving on. There are a variety of different putting styles, but the straddle putt is pretty much what it sounds like. You're squaring yourself up with the basket and taking your putt. A falling putt is a stance violation, and when you step past your marker disc's rear edge, you get a penalty for a falling putt, and it's one extra throw. Now on to some of the more frustrating terms, like the spit out, when you hit those chains and it just blows your disc right out of there. And then the other one, of course, is the blow through, and it actually hits the chains pretty solid and goes right through and out the other side. Two of the most aggravating ones in disc golf. The sweet spot is a more positive term, and this happens to be my sweet spot. It's basically the spot on the basket you always go for when you're throwing, and it's the one where you have the most success. Then there's the weird turbo putt, which I never use because I'm absolutely terrible at it. This was probably my 6th or 7th try to get it right on the video. This is your traditional hyzer putt. You're just cutting it out, letting it come back in, and I missed it anyway. And if you want to go back to some of the more frustrating terms in disc golf, you gotta love the doink. The doink is when you hit that stupid metal band at the top or the basket at the bottom, and it just glances off right in your face. Now, this one looks more like one of those federal or state regulatory agency acronyms, DROT. Basically what it really means is disc resting on top. And believe it or not, it happens more often than you think. It is possible. There's always the fan favorite tournament roll when you hit a root or a branch or something and your disc goes rolling off well past the basket, which is another frustrating term. Then there's the bullet or jam where you just go right at it for a putt. And then finally you got the floater helicopter where you float it up in the air and let it come down. All right, I'm almost positive I missed 1 or 100 or 1,000 or so. So if you have some disc golf terms that you're familiar with that I did not list, feel free to hit us up in the comments. Also, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door. And appreciate everybody watching today, and we will see you out on the course.